Hey, well, it's been a while. Hopefully, everybody's doing all right. Everybody's staying safe. Again, everything in this recording is going to be purely my opinion, what I found to be true, uh, what works for me. Maybe it'll be helpful for you. So let's get into it. This week, it's not anything really too special. They got a okay pack. I mean, if you needed magazines, a little bit of shadow matter, the resources are okay. You can get a couple advanced releases, which is nice. A low amount of super equipment chests, which are needed right now because it seems like every single weapon they're releasing is like 600 plus super equipment chests. They're back to that. So here you have the different things that you can exchange. The shadow piece is still relevant for resistance weaken effect that's on it. A little bit of HP, a little bit of defense, which is nice. The fearless, which is still, I would say, one of the predominant pants pieces that you can have to help deal with tear space and stuff like that. The devastation helm, which is great for dealing attack and all that. Um, I still use that quite a bit. So, especially newer planets, stuff like that. I mean, that's about as cheap as you're going to be able to pick up that helmet. I want to say that it was 250, 200 or 250 for getting one of those space warp devices to drop. And yeah, that's as cheap as you're going to get that devastation helmet. That's a good deal. And the same for the armor of the tyrant. That is an awesome defensive helm. Um, Again, that's going to be as cheap as you can get it. X-ray generator. Those you get from the crystal. You go to the mega slots. You spin that. You can do the times 10 or the times 1, whatever. Um, Whenever those kinds of events are up, I wait, I usually will wait for the weekend mobilization. You get yourself some points uh, by doing the spinning, and then you can also collect those items. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. What can you do that will also help do mobilization if your guild is doing that for the prizes and whatever like that. So, good thing to keep in mind. And that kind of explains what each item is. You can get the ghillie skin if you don't have that and you're into that kind of thing. Um, I don't think that's a good exchange. One of those for just a 30 bot. If that was a 35 or a 40 bot, I'd be like, go at it all day. That's awesome. And again, down at the bottom, one of those for just a level 1 vintage machine, like that's not worth it. That's expensive as heck. If you have some left over and you can get some magazines or some launch boxes, obviously that's a good thing to do. But the three things, I guess, really that I would recommend getting would be the Fearless, the Devastation, or the Tyrant. Your daily recharge, you can get some of this stuff for getting one of the packs. The more you buy, obviously, the better the rewards are. But I mean, to me, I don't know, the $100 for 60 Hubarian. I mean, if you don't have them, obviously that's the best way you're going to pick them up. But that's personal preference. The other day, I know it was Dragon Slayer, and you also have the plug-in skills that you might be able to get with some of these commanders. So that's just a personal preference thing, what you want to spend your money on, whatever. And then your guild gold spend. You if you're going to be spending, you might as well spend and get those rewards. It's the time for the group to come together and get each other good items. The Oracle, if you have that, Shadow Matter sitting around. I mean, you get some pretty decent things. You get the magazines, melange, or super equipment chests. I mean, to me, you know, it's pretty decent. I'm going to go ahead and do that here, obviously. Get my last one that I need for my Armor of the Tyrant drop. And you can kind of get an idea of what one is going to cost you if you also decide to, try to unlock one of these things. Let me see there. I got a large melange box. Super equipment chest. That's cool. And sometimes you'll get really lucky. You only click like 10 times and it'll fill all the way up. So, that can be awesome when that you get lucky enough for that to happen. But the other day when I was clicking on this stuff, I want to say that you see, I got one just before the end there. You do have a chance of picking one up before even getting to the end. So I didn't even need to finish it out there. I just picked up two when I only needed one, but it's not a bad thing. So we'll go in there and we'll just kind of see what we can get. Oh, and you can see I already did it. So obviously, keep that in mind. You can only exchange that one time. I didn't pay attention to that. So, there you go. I guess I will probably end up just going down there and exchanging a couple things. You might as well pick up those vintage bots if you're not going to use them to unlock equipment. I already have Fearless. I already have Shadow. I don't really need another Devastation Helm. So why waste your super equipment chest boxes for something you don't really need? Wait for a better event item release for all that. So there you go. Be mindful that, like right now they have super faction quests, which you can get 2 of those boxes and then also pick up 8 boxes of melange. I mean, that's really good. So, to me, it's definitely worth doing that. If you still need those boxes, and even if you don't, I mean, getting those melange. I mean, upgrading equipment is one of the most expensive things to do in the game. So, keep that in mind. And hopefully, some of this stuff helps somebody, helps you. The Return of the Ghillie, she has some good skills for, preemptive and non-violent resistance. Both of those are useful skills to have as plugins if, you have that 4th skill unlocked. All right, stay safe, you guys, and I hope you're all doing well.